Okay, time to go through.
The traitors! You dare to come here? Do you not realize that I am the new king?
You ain't king yet.
What?
Your Grace, Duke Dunon, we're with the Bracer Guild. At the request of Her Highness, Princess Claudia, we're here to free the Queen. It would be best for all involved if you quietly stood aside.
Claudia? That brat! I'm her to hear!
Uncle Dunon, please, stop this. Colonel Richard is just using you.
Who are you? Claudia, is that you? What happened to your hair? And your clothes?
We have comprehension. Repeat, we have comprehension. Though he still hasn't noticed that we first met him in Rouen. No idea what you're talking about, but he doesn't seem to be the most observant sort. I should have told him sooner, perhaps.
How dare you make a fool of me? It's because of things like this that those creatures known as women are not to be trusted. Sly, narrow-minded, nitpicking, nagging witches. How could I ever give up the crown to such a vile creature?
I mean,
Your Grace, I don't think that was the right thing to say. Maybe you should apologize?
vile creatures, huh? My, I believe you've just gone from stupid to suicidal. After all, that's a mighty courageous sentiment to vocalize when in the presence of 3 armed women. I'm sorry, Uncle. In this I cannot defend you. Okay.
I'm not the one at fault here. It's you.
And round 2. It looks so good. You know, it'd be great if I did that again. You know what I mean? Well, that settles that. Now then, shall I show you just how vile a woman can be? Maybe I should give him a taste of a ladylike whipping.
Step back, please, step back.
I might be able to call them off.
If you do, I swear, I'll be Her Majesty's very own human shield. Hey, mommy! Oh.
Maybe we overdid it with the threats. Well, a little dose of the cold, hard truth might be the best medicine he ever gets. Yes, it's an unfortunate situation he's gotten himself into. Still, I cannot allow my unconscious uncle to be left...
Your Grace?
Philip!
Miss Estelle, and Your Highness.
I can offer no words to make up for my master's behavior in this instance. As the man who raised him, the responsibility is mine to bear. Please, I ask that you punish me in his stead. Hold on a second. Please, Philip, lift your eyes. We're here to help my grandmother, to save the Queen. We have no intention of doing anything to the Duke. I would appreciate if you take him to my room. Your Highness. He's not actually hurt. He just passed out from the shock. Thank you so much, all of you. I will not forget the boon you've granted. All right, that's one fight down. One more to go, I think. Lieutenant Lorence, what are you doing here? My duty is to guard Her Majesty. Is it truly any wonder that I'm here? Enough of your crap. This one certainly seems skilled. Just who is he? Commander of the Intelligence Division Special Ops, 2nd Lieutenant Lawrence Belgar, former Jaeger and scout for the Colonel. So you've done your research, I see. Most impressive. But what else would one expect of the daughter of an S-ranked bracer? One Cassius Bright, I believe. My master's rank has never been public knowledge, and yet, you're not one to be trifled with, I see. I know you as well. Sherazard Harvey, also known as the Silver Streak, C-ranked. Very close to ascending to B rank, I seems. Please, release my grandmother. If you were just fighting in the employ of the Colonel, there's no further call to do this. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. You see only the surface, like that of a quartz grid, with no concept of the forces at work within. What? Take heed, Princess Claudia. The nation is like an enormously complex orbment. The people are like the units of quartz that provide the power and organize the system, and the territory which houses them is the frame. If you lack the means to understand how it works, then you are unfit to be its queen. An interesting metaphor. You may even be right. I certainly never expected to hear a theory on the nature of politics at a time like this. Pardon my rudeness. You've no need to hear my useless sermonizing, Your Majesty. I really don't understand this all that well, but the general gist is that you don't plan to let the Queen go, do you? And if I do not? Obviously, we'd take her back by force. Indeed. After we've come this far, we're certainly not going to go back now. You don't give me the impression that you bear us any ill will. But I will bring my blade to bear on you if it will get my grandmother back. Good. In that case, let me show you a little of what I can really do. Oh, I get to finally see his face. Silver hair? No, it's ash blonde. I'd guess that you were born somewhere up north. Indeed, you are correct. Though it's closer than you might think. What? I trust you will not be offended if I choose not to go easy on you, simply because you're women. Shall we then? Okay. I can deal with that. Hope and pray. Yes!
Oh, are we done already?
Amazing. I hadn't realized that you were this strong. You were holding back in the finals, weren't you? We should never have even stood a chance. I'm impressed we beat this monster. I can't believe it. Estelle Bright, I apologize for treating you as an unworthy opponent. Perhaps one day you may reach your father's level. What? However, that day has yet to arrive. That will be far enough, Your Majesty. If you please. They're not mortally wounded, I assure you. Your eyes betray much. You are so young, yet you have endured such hardships already. Your Majesty, you are hardly qualified to feel pity for me. You, who know the name of Hamel. It's almost time. I will return Her Majesty to you just as you wished. If you wish to stop the Colonel, you would hurry. You may already be too late, but you may be able to prevent any further needless damage from occurring. Below, you cannot mean beneath there. However unpleasant you may find it, I was certain that you would understand the significance. You can show them the way. And now, I bid you adieu. Hey, is he insane? He's gone. Did he drop into the lake? But the water's undisturbed. Just who is this guy? Grandmother, are you hurt? I'm unharmed, Claudia. He never laid a hand on me. But more importantly... Joshua? Thank Eidos you're alright. You too. Since Colonel Richard and Lieutenant Lorence weren't in the castle, I started to worry. The red helmet guy was here just a minute ago. What? He jumped over that handrail and, well, who knows? He's some kind of monster, all right. I see. Praise Eidos for keeping you safe. Joshua. Your Majesty, it's good to see you unharmed. Well met, Lieutenant Schwartz. Indeed, I owe all of you a debt of gratitude.
You're far too kind, Your Majesty. We're just glad to be of help. I don't think this is over yet, though.
Army reinforcements from every province are on their way to Gransel. From the sounds of it, the Intelligence Division is somehow maintaining control. I see. Time is short, my liege. I must ask that you board the ID ship and escape at once. No, that I cannot do. The situation has grown more dire. Colonel Richard must be stopped, whatever the cost. What do you mean, Your Majesty? Last night I finally understood the true intentions of which the Colonel spoke. He wants the Shining Ring. Why does that sound familiar? One of the Septarians that Eidos gave the agents. The legend says that it has the power to control nature itself. Professor Alba told us about it, but I thought it was just some silly story.
So it does exist, and it lies somewhere within Liberal.
According to the old legend of the royal family, the Shining Ring shall bring catastrophe, condemning the souls of men to eternal purgatory. It has been sealed within the interval of the blackest dark, that we might retain our humanity.
Condemning the souls of men to eternal purgatory? Well, that's not a little ominous.
These words have been passed down in the royal family as a warning. Perhaps this shining ring truly was so dangerous that the royal family ancestors sealed it away. Also, there was that massive orbital reaction that was detected beneath the city. If one takes both of these into account, this shining ring must be sealed away under Grancel. It makes sense. There remain no details of what exactly the shining ring is, but I believe it will be grave danger for all should it be restored.
Excuse me, Your Majesty? Lieutenant Lorence told us to go underground, but what did that really mean?
There's a mysterious room within Grancel Castle, where nothing, not even a grain of rice, has been kept in generations. Forbidden since long ago.
You mean the treasury?
No doubt about it. There are signs that someone came through here recently, and frequently at that. That's not all. The tracks also suggest that someone brought in something very heavy. I hold the key to this room, but there's a spare. It's likely that's what was used to gain entry. It would seem that we must investigate. The elevator wasn't here before. Where'd it come from?
Perhaps it's a piece of Colonel Richard's new construction. In which case, it probably goes down to where the shining ring is sealed away.
Yes. And that may have been the true goal behind the coup from the very beginning. They could never have built such a thing without occupying the castle.
That's crazy.
Let's test to see if it works.
What is it?
It's locked with some type of orbital energy. It looks like it won't work unless there's some special type of quartz put in it.
What? No, we've come so far.
I'm going to go put the screws to one of those special ops soldiers. One of them might have the key. Yes, that sounds wisest. That won't be necessary. It can't be. Professor Russell. Queen Alicia, it's been quite some time. I'm glad to see Estelle and Joshua are doing well.
Hold up, Professor, what are you doing here? I thought the intelligence division was after you and Zeiss.
And on top of that, how did you get here?
Grandpa, where'd you go?
Hey, enough with running all over the place. Is everyone in your family as big a pain in the ass as you?
But Agate. Oh. Tita,
I knew it.
Estelle, Joshua. Aw, Tita. Thank goodness. I was hoping I'd get to see you again. We heard at the guild that you two were fighting at the castle. I'm so glad that you're all right. Tita.
Thank you for being so concerned. It's good to see you well, Agate. But what are you doing in the royal city? Well, we hid out for a bit, but then we happened upon a cargo freighter bound for Grancel. And I figured, what the hell? The best place to hide is in plain sight, after all. Once we got the lowdown from Elnon, we came straight to the castle. So, what brings you amateur asses here? Me, I figured we could at least beat up the remaining special ops guys. Wait, I know you.
It's been a while, Agate. Thank you for your efforts at the lighthouse.
Chloe, right? What's a student doing in a place like this?
It seems my granddaughter is in your debt, which means I also owe you my thanks.
Don't worry about it. It's all part of the job. So what's up, Granny? You work in the castle? Did these numbskull rope you into helping them?
You barbarian! Do you realize to whom you're speaking? You stand in the presence of Queen Alicia of Liberal.
Huh? You know, she does look sort of familiar.
You really should loosen that bandana of yours, boy. It's obviously squeezing your braid too tight.
Say that again, old man.
Queen? So, this means this lady would have to be
Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. We call her Chloe, though.
Chloe, meet the professor's granddaughter, Tita. She's like our little sister. I see. It's a pleasure to meet you, Tita. I'd be happy if you also call me Chloe. Yes, ma'am. I mean, Chloe.
Aw, what a little cutie pie. My name's Sherazard. I'm Joshua and Estelle's mentor. You can just call me Shara.
Oh, okay, Shara.
And you can call me Uncle Olivier.
You shut up.
Anyway, this elevator seems to be giving you some trouble. What seems to be the problem, and what in Idios' name is going on here?
Well. Oh, come on. This is some kind of joke, right? You're not serious.
I can't believe such a thing would be buried here.
And now it's happening just as I was afraid it was. This is my own design, used as a card key. You can't undo the lock unless you have the card that's embedded with the identical quartz. However, this is an early model, without any type of failsafe. So if you feed it just the right amount of orbital energy...
Nice going, Prof.
I'm impressed. Why am I not surprised? Now shall we descend?
What is it? Report. A division of the regular army has arrived in Gransel's main gate. It looks like they're being led by the officer of the intelligence division.
What?
And 3 patrol ships are approaching from the lake. Your orders, ma'am.
I suppose I should make an appearance in order to persuade them.
Grandmother,
I will go to the terrace on the roof and address the arriving forces. Lieutenant Schwartz, make your preparations.
but what if you're attacked?
I believe in them. Misguided though they are still citizens of Liberal. If they see me and hear my voice, I do not believe they will attack.
Your Majesty.
All of you. It is with boundless regret that I ask you to shoulder this burden.
Please, Your Majesty. You don't need to say anything else. We'll do whatever it takes to stop the Colonel.
Leave this to us. This is about to go down. I'm sensing a final boss fight. To think that this has been down here the whole time. Crazy, right? But it would have to be functioning if there was huge orbital power down here.
What the heck?
They're ruins from the ancient Zemurian civilization. As old as these appear, I don't get the feeling that this place is completely dead. It seems to function just like the equipment in the tetracyclic towers. That ain't all that's moving. I get the feeling we got some pretty nasty creatures around here too.
Wow.
The structures nearby look to be made of modern materials. I suppose Colonel Richard had some construction going on. I suspect you're right. Building anything at this depth is rather impressive. The ruins are even larger than I'd expected. If we're not careful, we could get terribly lost.
It may be best if we split up. 2 groups. 1 for scouting and 1 to stay on standby.
What do you mean?
Basically, we establish a base camp of sorts in a secure location.
That's the gist of it. The scouting party will find a way through, and the ones on standby will be available to switch out as needed. Once the right path is found, everyone moves forward to establish a new base.
Makes sense to me. In that case, I believe that our current location would be the best place to start from. Estelle and Joshua, you'll be the ones to decide on who's going to be on which team.
When we find a suitable spot to use as a base, I'll send Sieg back here. He'll be able to show you the way to wherever we are. Also, if I'm not in the scouting party, I'll send Sieg along with you guys instead.
Scree! Good idea. That way, the search party won't have to backtrack to get the others.
It's up to you, Sieg.
Scree!
Well, that means we're counting on you to handle the scouting. If you need to modify any orbits, just let me know.
Okay.
We'll be off then. Okay, and with that, I think it's time to end this episode. So, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. And until next time, stay tuned.